And I'm gonna add a little bit more here and here. Ooh, fuzzy. Fuzzy baby. Hey guys, what's up? It's Anjali. So today I'm going to be filming a basic AF makeup tutorial. I've been talking to a lot of my friends and they're like, just break down just the most basic things in the world. Like, how does eyeshadow work? So what I was thinking I would do is do a basic tutorial with all drugstore products, so things that you can regularly find. This is a look to wear to school or to class or to work or, you know, to a bar. Whatever you want to do, something super simple, super quick, and nothing that's gonna just like, you know, be complicated. It's gonna be fun. I'm ready to have fun. Do I sound like a camp counselor? I feel like a camp counselor of makeup. So I'm going to start off with some primer. This is the NYX Angel Veil Primer. It is like a pore filling primer. It's pretty light. I really want to focus it on my T-zone where my pores are. So in this area, my nose, and on like my forehead and chin. And a little bit goes a long way, but it really smooths the pores. Next, I'm going to go in with my foundation. This is the Milani 2-in-1 Conceal and Perfect. I actually just got this foundation and I'm really loving it. I recently got a very deep tan, and so I actually went up 3 shades of foundation, which is crazy, but I really needed new foundation, and so I opted for this one. It's super silky, really great coverage, but doesn't feel too heavy, and you don't have to use a lot. I actually pretty much can do my entire face with one pump. Boop. This is a flat top kind of kabuki brush, but it's a little bit dense. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to dot it from the back of my hand, kind of like around my face, like that. Trying to get all that foundation, because we cheap, girl, we cheap. And then I'm going to just go in small circular patting motions and really just kind of get all the different planes of the face. I want to make sure I hit all the way to the ears, all the way down the neck, so it blends in seamlessly. This foundation blends so nicely. I love it. And then make sure you're going down your neckline, at least to where the shadowy part is here. I like using a brush because I think it's really fast and efficient. And when you're in a rush, on the go, want to keep things simple, it's just like the best way to do things. And then I get in with a little mirror, and I get in close to make sure that I'm buffing out any streaks or any like foundation-y lookingness. Is that a word? Oh girl, I look good. Okay, so next, concealer. And I'm basically gonna go along the lines of my darkness, so the darkness mostly happens here, and then I'm gonna make sure I extend it just a little bit towards on the sides of the nose. When it blends out, it looks a little bit more even. If I just conceal in that kind of under eye space, it'll look just like 2 bright half moons, like a little bit Trumpy, and we don't want that. We want it to blend towards the nose in the middle of the face. So I'm going to take my sponge now. I usually like to take the back because it's a little bit rounder, and I'm going to go in. And I'm going to blend out towards the temples. Make sure you really get in on the corner of your own eye. Cannot forget that. And then whatever is left over, you kind of want to just start to take it on the eyelid, so that you don't look crazy. And then I'm going to set that concealer with the Maybelline Fit Me powder in light. It's a little bit brightening and it has a bit of pigment to it, so it ends up kind of cementing that cover up that we did. And I'm kind of going where I get a little bit oily, so I'm going to go on the nose with the powder. I know I look crazy. It's gonna get better. And we're really like stamping that powder in, you know what I mean? We're like making sure it don't leave you. I'm gonna finish off my face with some of the Milani Multitasking Face Powder. I like this powder a lot, especially with this foundation. So I'm gonna go in with a big fluffy brush and just kind of brush all over the face. We want to make sure that foundation don't go anywhere all day long. You know, we got plans after work, but we can't be breaking down at 4 p.m. And then you can use that same brush to go over any excess powder that's on your face, eyelids, just everywhere really. I mean, just go everywhere. All right, so next we're gonna bronze up the skin. I'm gonna take the NYX Matte Bronzer in the shade Dark Tan, and I'm gonna go in very lightly on a kind of an angled fluffy brush, tap off a little bit of the excess, and I always like to start on the forehead because it's the easiest to kind of like mess up. Like you almost like need to get your blending mojo back, and I always say the forehead is the best place to like test that out. So I'm gonna go along the top of my forehead. I always like to concentrate it in the corners because that's where like we wanna kind of concave the face a little bit more. If we wanna make it seem like our forehead is less wide or not as tall or whatever, this is that key to that. Then I'm gonna go in on the cheek. I'm gonna start near my ear, and I'm gonna lightly kind of just like go in circular motions towards my mouth. I'm gonna take it along the hairline here and keep kind of fluffing it out this way. Brings a little bit of glow dimension back to the face. Starting here. And then I'm gonna go, the last little bit is on my chin line, and we wanna not just brush along the line, but we wanna brush down. I always think it's good to like kind of perk up your cheeks a little bit like this. And that way you almost like know where to stop, which is like right at the end of this apple. Like that. So I stop right here. And then you wanna make sure that you're blended to filth. Ain't no big lines, ain't no attention-seeking pigment. You want to look seamless, girl, seamless. All right, next step, blush. I'm going to go in with the Milani blush. Lots of Milani today. The Milani blush in Berry Amore. It's a little bit of a pink peach. I'm going to take it on a fluffy blush brush. Tap in a couple times. Tap off the excess. And I'm going to hit the apples of my cheeks here. Hit it a couple times, like that. Pinken it up. And then we're gonna start buffing back towards my temple. Want to concentrate the color here, but make sure that it's not just like a little pink circle on your face. You want to kind of blend it out. Cute! I'm so cute! Oh, I love this. I'm so happy with how this is turning out. And so I basically take the rest of my blush and I kind of just like dot it over my nose. It makes you look just a little healthy, like a little bit like I went to the beach this weekend. I like to leave highlight for last. It's a little bit like dessert. So next I'm gonna start on the eyes. I'm gonna go in with the shaaanxo Remix palette. You can get this at Ulta, but I love how there's two sets of shades. This is the new side, much more pink, and then the original side. So I'm gonna do a 2-color eye look today because we're going basic, okay guys? Basic, basic, basic. So I'm gonna take a fluffy brush and we're gonna go in with the color Terracotta. It's kind of like a warm brown. Dip in a couple times, tap off the excess, and I'm gonna kind of wash it all over the crease of my eye. I'm gonna try and concentrate the pigment on the outer corner here. And then I'm gonna feather it up towards my brow bone. Ooh, perfect. All right, so that's one color. Next, I'm gonna go in with a shimmery color. Why don't we go in with the middle color Beach Babe, which is like a bronze. I like to go in with my finger for these. It makes it easy, and then you can always kind of buff it out, blend it out later. So I'm gonna go in with my pointer finger, my right pointer finger, and I'm just gonna go on the center of the lid here like that. And then I'm gonna kind of use the rest of my finger and kind of move the pigment around and get towards my inner corner. I like that, don't you? Then I'm gonna take my blending brush that I still have in my hand, and I'm just gonna go over the edges there to make sure it's all blended out. And if you wanna kind of amp it up, you can. You can just add a little bit more here. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Ooh, I look bronzy as hell, girl, bronzy as hell. So I'm gonna take a pencil brush like this. You can really take any kind of smaller brush, and I'm gonna dip back into that shade Terracotta, and I'm gonna run it along the bottom of my lash line. It's really gonna make your eye look bigger and really make your eye look complete. This is one of my favorite parts. Really work with your own eye shape. It really is up to you, but some people like to go really thick on that bottom line. Some people like to do it very thin. Test out and see what works for you. I always start with a smaller line and then I make it bigger based on kind of how I'm feeling. But this is typically like how much I put for my own eye. And we're done with eyeshadow. 2 colors, guys, 2 colors. And I look banging. Next, I'm gonna go in with highlight. I'm gonna take the Maybelline Master Chrome in Molten Gold on a highlighter brush. Gonna go in on the side here like that. Tap off a bit of the excess because we wanna build it gradually. And we're gonna go, really we wanna highlight along here, which is kind of like the height of our cheekbone. So I like to kind of go on this line. You almost see the bottom of my eye socket here. That's where we wanna go. So I'm gonna lightly, yo. And then you wanna blend out the edges here, like that. Other side. I like to tilt my head like this so I can almost see where it's gonna hit. Like that, yo, what? Then I'm gonna take the excess, go down the center of my nose, tip of my nose, get a little bit of shine going there. And I really like to take whatever extra is kind of like around the rim here and go just above my eyebrow. Oh, I love highlighter. I could go crazy, but we're not gonna go crazy. One of the last steps for my eyes is I'm actually gonna go in with a little bit more of highlighter, and I'm gonna take a tiny, tiny brush, take a little bit on the brush, and I'm gonna go in the corner of my eye here. And it really ends up brightening everything up. I also think it almost is like cohesive to your face when you match your inner corner highlight to your face highlight. It's almost like when you match your shoes and your purse, which I know is very 90s, but like, I don't know, it just works. You're basically gonna go on that inner tear duct here, which really catches a lot of light. You wouldn't know it, but it's one of my favorite parts to highlight of my face. I'm gonna highlight my brow bone. We're gonna do brows in a little bit, but you're gonna just hit just that top of your arch right there. Next, I'm gonna just lightly do my eyebrows. I like to create just a little more shape on top and fill in any sparseness. This is the LA Girl Shady Slim Brow Pencil. I think this is like $5 or less. I like to just trace the top of my brow like that. And then I like to just like do a couple of lines inside. And that way it just has a little bit more shape to it without being like stiff. I think that, you know, blocky eyebrows are on their way out, guys. Just trying to be honest. And I'm gonna take the spoolie side and I'm just gonna brush it out and up. And you don't want any waxy pieces, you don't want any chunks or anything like that. You just want it to be a smooth sailor, these eyebrows. And that's it, that's eyebrows. Easy AF, guys. Don't overthink eyebrows. Not that complicated. So last step is gonna be mascara. This is the Essence Volume Stylist 18-Hour Lash Extension Mascara. This is also $5. And I like to really go heavy with mascara. I think eyelashes just like make the whole face sing. I like to go hold a mirror really close, so don't hate me, but I'm gonna put on my mascara and I'm gonna get in there, girl. I'm gonna get in there. So I'm gonna be right back and my mascara is gonna be on. Okay, so mascara is on. And I'm actually gonna go back in with a little bit of blush. I love blush. I think it makes you look so healthy. So I'm just gonna tap in a couple more times. Oh, damn. I'm rosy up them cheeks. Okay, so last step is gonna be lipstick. What kind of lipstick do I wanna wear today? I'm gonna go in with a simple lipstick. This is the shade Nude Nuance from Maybelline. It's a little bit of like a pinky brown mauve, I don't know. All right, you guys, so this is the final look. My hair is a mess. forgive me. But this is just super simple makeup. It's 2 shades of eyeshadow, all drugstore, super simple, highlight, blush, bronzer, concealer, foundation. So nothing too crazy today, and it's just like super approachable, super simple, super glowy, classy, healthy looking. I hope you guys enjoyed this super basic AF tutorial. Like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.